pinging.
Oh, okay.
One
Zizo, were you
second,
there for
bro.
the Yanni one?
Debate.
Zizo, were you there for the Yanni debate?
Not a little bit, just a slip bit.
Bro,
I was
I
texting my
promise you.
girl.
I promise you I'm gonna lose polls badly on this, bro. Just watch.
And then let me make the invite. Alright, you guys can start.
You wanna wait for people to come in?
Sure,
They're
if you
gonna
want.
join when it's paying, so. Bro, this shit fucking.
I'm not talking to you, bro.
Our rep up, bro.
Because I'm talking to Flames, and I don't know, bro. You were kind of rude earlier. I wasn't really feeling it.
Okay, let's just start. Yeah, what you
Uh-huh.
value?
Bravo,
Okay,
Fox,
you're
Fox.
pro sentient, so. Hold on, you're
Yeah,
pro
I think the
sentient, so I'll just
sentient
start by
agents,
asking.
I think beings with conscious experience are the most valuable things on this planet. Or at least up there.
Okay, if it's just conscious experience, then if there was like a person who's like asleep on your couch, and you're just fine with killing them.
You said what? You said what?
Hold on. Okay, I said if there was someone who was like asleep on your couch, would you just be fine with killing them?
Do you think asleep people are
Slitting
not
their
having a
throat?
conscious experience?
Yeah, I don't think they're conscious. I think they're sentient, just not
Wait,
conscious.
wait, why? I know when people
Okay,
sleep, we
well,
say that they're unconscious, but why do you think they're having no conscious experience?
yeah, I should like ask you this before. Like, what do you define a conscious experience as?
What do I define a conscious experience as? That's a good question. So I take consciousness to mean that you have the ability to have subjective experience, and then therefore conscious experience is just going to be having a subjective experience. It's really that simple. You know what a
If
subjective
that's what you're
experience
talking,
is,
okay. If that's what you're talking
right?
about, then we can just switch to like a coma patient. Like, if there was a coma patient that was gonna wake up in like 2 seconds, would you be fine with just like slitting their throat and
You know
like
there are
turning their limbs
reports of
off?
coma patients being. You know there are reports of coma patients being able to hear people around them, being able to feel pain. Like, I don't know why you think these people don't have conscious experiences.
Fine, that's fine. Just I'm supposing for the hypothetical that they are not sentient at the moment.
I'm just saying you're not even correct on the hypothetical. You're not even giving accurate information. But if you want to construct a hypothetical where this coma patient has absolutely no conscious experience, then no, I don't really morally value them.
So if you knew
But
that
I
they were gonna
still pay.
wake up and like,
We're okay.
yeah,
So
again,
why is that? Is that a bad thing?
I don't think most people would do that.
What'd you say, Flames?
Who is that, bro? Dojima,
Yeah,
chill,
don't
bro,
worry,
chill.
bro.
Okay,
Just get your point across.
I
So
said if
Yo, chill out,
yeah, I
Dojima,
said I
man.
don't think most people. I don't think most people would agree that if there was like, someone who's like completely unconscious right now, but would wake up in 2 seconds, that you just like people would be fine with just like slitting their throat and like turn their limbs off.
when you say you don't think most people would be okay with that, what's the relevance of that? So what are you saying first and foremost? Because I want to understand, are these informed people or uninformed people? And then what is the relevance of most people agreeing or not agreeing with me?
Yeah, I don't really care. I think that my position is like mainly
You don't care if they're
based off
informed?
of like the intuitions of like most people. It's like it
You
doesn't have to be
so
like
you could
informed or
have so you
uninformed.
could have the majority of uninformed people agree
Just
with
most
you, and you
people
think that
today.
makes your position looks good. You think it makes your position look good if the majority of people are uninformed and agree with you? Hello, Earth to Flames, bro. It's like 3 minutes into the debate, bro.
Man, I
We
like how
can't be
you
doing
rhetoric
this.
me out of that second question,
We
man. Oh
can't
my
have
god,
this. We can't have this dead air time, bro.
bro, Forks is such a goat, bro. This is why he my favorite.
Fork, that's the bet.
Hold on, bro. If
Okay,
Flames
okay.
doesn't come back, we can.
I cut
Okay, Flames.
out.
Do
But
you
did you
think that
hear
it
what I
looks
said?
good for your position if the majority of uninformed people agree with it?
Hello?
The answer is obviously no, right? Obviously, you want to be agreed with by informed people, right? Or are you still Hold on. Oh, his phone's getting fucked up? Yeah, I'll wait for him.
Bro, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So,
Alright,
what's
yeah,
the
did you hear what I
answer?
said?
No, I didn't.
Okay, what I said was, what I said was when I say that I'm pro circumstance, I'm basing my position off like the intuitions of like most people. I don't really care if they're like informed or uninformed, just like most people
I don't
today.
give a fuck. It's questionable if most people think that vaccines work, okay? Unless you're gonna mandate that we stop giving vaccines to children, then watch as they all start dropping like
But
flies. I don't
that's
really
just
care.
wrong.
What I care about is whether or not people have an informed opinion on something, if they have the relevant knowledge and information, and then they can formulate an opinion, and then maybe we can talk about whether or not it matters if most people agree with you intuition-wise.
The first part's just wrong. There's not a single statistic that says that most people think that vaccines are like bad or whatever. All right, but
Okay, we'll play your
if you
hypothetical
want
game.
to,
If most people, which by the way, it's not even a crazy hypothetical, especially not in Trump's America, but if most people thought that vaccines caused autism, that vaccines killed you worse than COVID did, if most people had that intuition, would you say that that's a good justification to mandate that we strip away vaccines for people?
wait, that's not what I'm
This
saying.
is a
All I'm
layup
saying is
question.
that
This is a layup question.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying with my position is just that if you were to like just go around and start repping like pro sentience, then the moral implications of that would be absurd to like most people. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so wait, so it is a relevant question then. You're basing the validity of our positions and arguments off of if most people would agree with them, which, by the way, it's not even particularly relevant because that doesn't determine if most people are competent or informed enough to give an opinion that matters on that. But I asked you, okay, if most people, that's not even this crazy in this day and age, thought that vaccines were horrible and that we should ban vaccines, would you be in favor of banning vaccines just because most people had that intuition? It's a very relevant question. If you're going to rely on if you're going to rely on majority intuition, then you need to answer that question.
Okay, what's it called? I think that how do I explain this? I think that I just
Can
say
you answer
no.
the
I'm not fine
question?
with that. Hold on, I just said no. I just said no. So
Okay,
I'd
cool.
be
Why?
fine with just switching it to like inform people, but I do think people like most
Wait,
people
why aren't
talking
you?
about
Wait,
abortion
why
are
aren't you
informed.
cool with that? No, explain your answer. Why are you not cool with that?
I
Based
just
on
said
your
it.
own standards.
I said it.
No, you didn't say why. You said I'm fine with flipping it to only informed people, which is a concession, by the way, because
I
earlier you
said
said that
because they aren't
it's on
informed.
earlier, by the way, you said it did not matter if they're informed or not. So that is just a concession. But I'm curious, why is it suddenly irrelevant what the majority intuition is?
I just said it. I just said it because they're not informed. Now I said I was fine
So
with
you
just
agreed
changing
with
it
me
back to like
earlier. So
informed
that is
people.
a concession.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
is a
yeah.
concession. Okay, cool.
I can admit I was wrong on that part. So
Oh,
I
that's fine.
don't think
That's
that
respectable.
I don't think that most people talk about abortion are informed on it, or like misinformed on it at least.
So, wait, so that's also a concession because you said most people would have the counter intuition to what I said about abortion, right? Or what I said about the
I
hypothetical
said
with
I don't think
relation
they're
to abortion.
misinformed, not that they are informed on it.
You said they're misinformed.
No, I said I don't think most people talk about abortion are
You don't.
misinformed on it.
I didn't say most people are misinformed. I said that if you're going to propose that the majority intuition matters, then you better have some evidence that the majority intuition is coming from an informed person. Do you have proof for that?
I think that specifically because like this is where like the important part is. It's about like coma patients and shit. I don't think that there's like any like gap of like I don't think there's like a knowledge gap to say that or like I don't think there's a gap of knowledge that would influence one side's opinions. Like I don't
Okay,
think
prove
that.
that.
Wait,
Prove that.
that was a question directed at you, by the way. Like not a question, but like, that was supposed
Wait,
to be
what's the
directed at you.
question? Wait, what's the question you're
That
directing at
was
me?
a question. It was supposed to be directed at you.
Yeah, repeat the question directed at me.
Yeah, okay, I just phrased it in like a question way. If I were to phrase it as a question, it would be hold on. It would be, do you think
Do I think what? Oh
hold on, I'm
shit.
back. Okay. What I was saying was, do you think anyways, see, do you think that there's a knowledge gap to like influence one side's opinions when talking about a coma patient? If they're gonna wake up in 2 seconds, would you be fine like slitting their
I'm
throat and cutting
agnostic
their
on
veins
that.
off?
I'm agnostic on that. Your claim, by the way, this is why it's your burden of proof to fulfill, is that the majority of people would disagree with my intuitions on coma patients and how that relates to abortion. I'm saying I'm not convinced, or at least it's not clear to me, that the majority of people even have enough knowledge on comatose people or abortion ethics to make a reliable or worthwhile intuition. You didn't even understand that coma patients had a conscious
They don't. Wait,
experience. So,
hold on.
so
They
wait,
don't.
to be clear, you yourself didn't even fully know about the topic we're talking about, and you're trying to rely on other people's experiences and opinions to dictate who's right here. That just makes no sense to me.
You hold on, Forks. You're saying there's a knowledge gap because like most people don't know how coma
I
about
didn't
like
claim that.
they don't know enough about comas and shit. They think that
I
when they're in
literally
a
just
coma
said I
you can't
didn't say
think.
that.
Wait,
I literally just said I
hold on.
didn't say that.
You think that in a coma most people can like still like feel around and shit, or they're still aware of their surroundings, like they can hear shit. Okay.
There's
You're
reports of
saying
that,
that most people
yes.
don't know this.
Which
Yo,
you
I'm
didn't. Which
saying
you didn't know, by the way.
wait, hold on,
Which you didn't know, by the way.
hold on.
Which is evidence that the common person might not know enough about abortion ethics and comatose experience to make a judgment on
Forks.
this.
That's not relevant. That's not relevant. What I'm
Oh,
saying
it's
is,
not relevant. Why is it not relevant?
if
Why
I'm
is it
about
not
to
relevant?
explain, if can
Mm-hmm.
I talk? Okay, if there were
Yeah,
people,
go for it.
if people knew how, okay, if people knew that this guy is in a specific kind of coma where he wasn't aware at all, he wasn't sentient at all. That was a hypothetical, by the way. Would
Okay.
they be fine with just slitting the coma patient's throat if they knew that they wake up in 2 seconds?
Yeah, I don't
That
know
was the
why I should
question.
care if they'd agree that it's fine or not. I don't know why I should care. I don't know why I should believe that these people have an informed enough opinion about ethics for me to care. So again, you agreed earlier, by the way, right? And you had to agree because not agreeing would make you look stupid or make your position look stupid. That if you're going to appeal to intuitions, the very least you can do is appeal to people who are informed when it comes to their
I cut out
intuitions.
what you
You
said.
need to prove. Okay. So I'm saying you agreed earlier that for it to really matter or be meaningful, whether or not the majority of people agree with your intuition or disagree with my intuition, that they should be informed, right? They should be informed, knowledgeable people on the subject we're talking about. So it's your burden of proof to prove that these people are knowledgeable enough in ethics for me to even care, even if I grant the fact they would disagree with me in majority. I don't know why I should care. Apollo, I didn't say that it's an established fact of science that comatose
Man,
people
just
have
so
conscious
ass,
experiences.
bro.
I said that there's reports that would lead us to believe so. Which
Flames.
Flames just did not know.
Yeah, he's not even in
There's
VC
just
anymore.
evidence for it. Oh, okay.
Alright, guys, that's
No,
enough
I'm
stuff for today.
debating for today just because I want to support Jester and his server.
Okay, I
I'm
cut
just
out
not
again.
debating
I cut out again,
whatever.
but I heard you said you're saying that it's my burden to prove that it's my burden to prove that most people are educated about these comas. Okay, that doesn't matter.
No, that's not what I said. Not even about comas. I said
What did you
about
say?
ethics in
Because I
general.
only heard half of it.
I said about ethics because you're saying most people disagree with my ethical viewpoint on killing coma patients in that specific type of coma. I'm not convinced that the majority of people with those intuitions, even if I grant they have those intuitions against me, are knowledgeable enough about ethics for me to really care about their opinion.
What do you mean by knowledgeable about ethics? Why do you have to be knowledgeable about like areas of ethics aside from like the coma patient example?
Why do you have to be knowledgeable about something for me to care about your opinion? Okay, if you know fuck all about engineering, okay.
That's not what I said. Why do you have to
That's
be
the question
knowledgeable
you
about
just
something?
asked.
No, why do you have to be knowledgeable about something external to the coma patient example?
What? Okay, what specifically are you asking? Because we're clearly talking about if somebody is knowledgeable enough about ethics for their intuition against me killing that comatose person to matter, right? That's clearly what we're talking about. So that is going to be a matter of morality, and therefore, if they have no experience talking about or studying morality, they just come with their base intuition. Look, if you've ever debated philosophy and morality, I'm sure everybody here who's done it knows that your opinion will radically change over the years as you continue doing it. So why would I give a fuck about some baseline starter pack? Oh, here's my opinion. I'm not really thinking about it. Of course, that's meaningless. Like it's very obviously what we're talking.
Okay, I'm saying that they can be, what's it called? I think that they have to have like a decent amount of knowledge, like a sufficient amount of knowledge on the specific coma patient analogy, like what makes something moral, what makes something immoral. I don't think that they have to have like a significant amount of knowledge on ethics as a whole about every single corner of, like every single aspect about it.
I didn't say every single corner of ethics. Obviously, I'm just saying if you want to use like the majority intuition against me,
Hyperbole.
at least demonstrate, at least display some evidence that these people have any clue what they're talking about when they step into the realm of ethics. Like you refuse refuse to do that, even though it's very clearly your burden. I think because you know you can't do it.
That's what I
Wait,
said.
I think
Folks,
it's
that's what I said.
I think it's because you know you can't do it. You know you can't do it, so you refuse to do it. Do you have any evidence
Folks, earlier
whatsoever
on when I
that any
said,
of the people with
oh my
intuition
god.
against me would actually know about morality? Do you or do you not have that
Okay,
proof?
Forks, this is exactly what I said at the beginning when I said you were saying it was my burden to do this, and then you said no, that's not what I'm saying. That is exactly what you're saying. Okay, now what I'm saying is,
Do you have the
my
proof?
proof. Hold on. My evidence is okay. When I look at like a coma patient or like someone talking about a coma patient, it seems that I've given them all the parameters. Okay, I've specified everything. I've clarified everything. I've given them all the knowledge that they've needed. If you think there's some other aspect that they need to have knowledge on, you can just tell me what it is.
Yeah, of course it is. It's their own background. It's their own experience. Look, I can walk up to somebody with no mechanical knowledge, no engineering knowledge, and I can tell them everything they need to know about a given scenario and how to fix an issue. But if they have no experience in mechanics or engineering, they have no background, no trade art, no background education, they've never even tried it, that doesn't mean that me giving all the necessary inputs on my end means they're able to pick it up and use it even close to as efficiently as we would deem to be adequate, right? So obviously, you can give the analogy, you can give the hypothetical to somebody with no experience in morality, but like I just said, we know that people who deal with morality change their position all the time through a rigorous process of studying, learning, talking with other people. If they're starting at zero, I do not expect them to have an informed opinion at all, regardless of what you tell them. Like it's a very
Okay, with the
it's very
example,
clear. What's not clear to you? Is what I'm saying.
okay, with the example about the mechanic, I do think that if you give a mechanic all the knowledge that they need to like fix like let's say like to fix like a certain
You think I
aspect of a
said give a
car or something,
mechanic?
like let's say like
I
a car
said give a
broke down.
random person.
If you give okay a random person, if you give a random person all the knowledge that they need about how to how to fix like a certain aspect of a car from like when it like breaks down, I do think that they'd be able to do it. So I don't really know what that means.
Wait, that's a retarded thing to say because you're ignoring things like muscle memory that come into effect. You're ignoring things like experience, which allows you to personally
Muscle memory
interpret the
matter.
information and process it.
Why does muscle memory matter? They have
This
all the knowledge.
absolutely matters. Wait, this absolutely matters because if you just tell somebody all the
You
things they
think they
need
have
to
to do
know
it multiple times?
in their
Wait,
ears, in their ears, you just spoke an alien language. You just spoke gibberish. I can tell you how to solve the hardest equation in the world, but if you have no background in math, you're gonna look at me like a fucking retard, obviously, because you don't know how to interpret that information. You don't know how to process it.
hold on,
Are we
Forks.
really
If you're just
denying this? Like,
hold
this
on.
is some
If you
basic
just
level
if
shit.
Forks. If you walk up to a random person and just tell them, okay, this is like, you just like tell them how to solve like the hardest equation in the world. Okay, are you just saying that like that doesn't mean? What are you even saying? Like you just spoke an alien language.
Well, no, it's very obvious what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's not just a matter of your input, it's a matter of their input as well. Whether or not they have the necessary experience, the necessary memory, the necessary interpretation skills to take what you're saying and actually apply it. Do you understand the difference between doing something and applying it? Why do you think when it comes to like degrees like welding or like becoming a doctor, it's not just about going to class and taking notes. You also have to spend years practicing and training and interpreting on the field for you to actually be qualified. You think there's a reason for that?
Okay, Forks. If I were to tell someone that, let's say, how do I explain this?
Wait,
Let's say I were to tell
can you
someone,
engage with what I just said? Wait, I don't want you to just ignore what I just said. Just engage with it.
I was six
Don't
words
go to
in.
another
This is gonna
example.
address what you said. This was wait, hold on, this is gonna address what you
No,
said. Hold on.
don't address what
If
I
I
said
were
with an
Forks,
example.
Forks,
Just tell me
Forks,
directly what's
Forks,
wrong with it.
Forks. I'm about to tell you. Okay, listen. If
If
I
it's
were
an
to tell
example, bro,
someone,
I'm cutting you
hold on,
off.
hold on. If I were to walk up to a random person and give them all the circumstances of that coma
So it is
patient,
another example. You're not engaging
hold
with
on,
what I
yeah,
said.
yeah, that example would address what you're saying. Okay, if I were to tell them that this coma patient has no sentience whatsoever, I don't see how, with the example of like telling a random person how to solve the hardest equation in the world, how they'd have like how they not know how to like interpret it or whatever, or like any of the other factors that you included. I don't see how
Because it
that's not fine.
establishes the baseline principle that it's not just information that you take in, it's also field practice and knowledge. There's plenty of examples about this that I just gave you that you refuse to engage in because all you said, and I told you you would engage with it, was provide another example and say, that's ridiculous, Forks. Are you really telling me that if I give all this information, they wouldn't know necessarily what to do with it? Yes, and I gave the arguments why. If you're not going to engage with it, we can move on. It's that simple.
When I say I give them all the information, I'm obviously including the information on how to do something. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
no, yeah, we're on the same page on that. That's just giving them information. There's information input. Sorry, there's information output, which is what you're doing. What's in question is if they have the necessary information input. I've made that clear. Like again, we can move on. It's not that. It's
Wait,
not that
what do
complicated.
you mean? What? Hold on. You're just talking about like how they interpret this information. I'm saying if I give them all this information about like this hypothetical, then that would encompass how to interpret the
Claims.
information.
Do you think
How
that
to
there's like
interpret.
a break? Do you think I don't understand what you're saying? Do you really think that's the
Yes.
issue? That I have no idea what you're saying? Okay, then
Yes.
we can move on. If I don't understand what you're saying, I don't know why you think repeating it for the fifth, sixth, seventh time is going to make me magically understand it. I
Yeah,
promise you, you're not. Well, I promise you, you're not
I don't think
the smartest person in the room. I promise you, everybody can understand what you're saying, and I promise you that it's not a matter
I
of
don't
me
think
not
the rec picked
understanding.
it up. I don't
You're
think
just
the
not
rec picked
addressing
it up
the
because he
argument.
kept over talking me. I don't think the rec picked it up because he kept over talking
Yeah, I
me.
over talked you
What
because
I'm
I
saying is,
correctly predicted that you would not engage. That's fine.
what? Okay,
I'm not
what
going to
I'm
let you
saying is, if
ramble.
I were to,
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, if I were to give a person all the knowledge about this specific
we
hypothetical
know what
about
you're
this coma
saying.
patient,
Move on, nigga.
yeah,
You're repeating yourself.
what
We
can I
understand what
talk so
you're
the rec
saying.
can pick it up? Hold on, the issue is the
You,
rec
you. This
isn't
is the
picking it
fifth
up.
time you're repeating it. This is the
Yeah,
fifth
because the
time you're
rec
repeating
isn't picking it up, dumbass.
it. Okay. If you think so, bro. If you say so.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Wait,
repeat
Flames
it.
no, just
Okay.
wrap
Who
it
has
up.
like the who has to
Anyways,
correct you in abortion in this case? Sorry.
Anyways, okay. What I'm saying,
No,
damn, it's sweaty.
damn.
Okay, if I were to give someone all the information about the specific hypothetical, one aspect of that is how to interpret this. Okay, that's the information that I'm giving this random person.
Yes, we know. We heard. Thank you for repeating it. Anyway,
Okay,
do you
we
want to
move
go
on now.
to another point? Do you have any other point?
No, that's it. You already agreed that
That's
you
it?
like kill a coma patient. Yeah, you already agreed that you slit the door of a coma patient if you know they wake up in like 2 seconds. So
Yep. And then it just did not matter. You just did not present a reason for that to be meaningful in any way. In fact, you agreed otherwise. You agreed that you needed to be informed for that intuition to matter, which you just never proved. So I don't know. If you want to count that as a conclusion, I guess you
I said that I've given you. I don't
And then I
think that
said,
there's a knowledge gap. Wait, hold on. I don't think there's a knowledge gap, especially when I've given you all the information that you need to know.
okay, if you think so, I
And
guess we can wrap that up.
yeah, sure. Well, do you have an
No,
issue with like
Mason,
my